We are live. All right. This is not going to be the election show. I'm going to have an election show that goes well into the night. In fact, I've been sitting here for hours and basically just lost track of time. So I want to do a preliminary show where all of us together can build our charts. Now, all of us are politicos. All of us believe we have our own political acumen. And I would like to put that political acumen to work in trying to determine what the end result of the race is going to be. Now, there's a website that allows you to do this called 270 to Win. And I am going to build the chart, basically the map, and what I think is going to take place. I would like you to build it with me when you get the opportunity. Now, there's a prize associated with this. The person who gets it on the head first will get a free t-shirt. I will contact you either through comments or something like that, but build your map, drop it into the comment section. The winner, at least the first winner, the first person who puts it in correctly, gets a t-shirt. I was sitting here for a few hours building one. All right, so I am going to build my chart. Now, I am not going to approach this with who I think is going to win. I'm just going to build the chart and see where the chart goes, meaning the map. So from my point of view, let's see, can we make this bigger? All right. Now, the ones that have already filled in are basically, these have been this color, or the red and blue that's already in, those states are basically set. They've been that color for a while. So for example, I can go and say, give me the same since 2000. Basically, the states have been the same since 2000. All right, so I'm going to start from there. So these are basically the battleground states. Now, I am going to give Nevada to Trump, Arizona to Trump, Florida to Trump, Georgia to Trump, North Carolina to Trump, Ohio is going to Trump. Now, I'm going to get some help to figure out some of these states, because I don't quite know. I mean, I'm assuming Ohio is going to Trump. Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa. Iowa goes to Trump. Okay, now these get harder. Virginia is going to go to Harris. Where's Indiana? Let's see, polls. Trump at Harris. You're not going to give me all of the states. Great. Great. I was looking specifically for Ohio and some of these other states. All right. I need help. What is... All right. So I'm going to assume that Maine goes to Harris. I'm assuming New Hampshire goes to Harris. See, I don't know about Indiana. I don't know where Indiana falls. Colorado, I imagine that's going to be Harris. New Mexico, I believe, is Harris. Let's see, polling, New Mexico. I just want to make sure. Or let's say Indiana. All right. Indiana election results map shows live vote count. All right. I just want to see the polls. Come on. All right. So Ohio, that's for the Senate, for the presidency. Pennsylvania, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Damn, they don't have Indiana either. All right, so let's do it a different way. Where did Indiana go in the last election? Let's try that. Where is the device? Okay, must have missed something. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, so in 2020, let's set it this way. Okay, so Indiana went red. All right, so Indiana went red. Virginia, okay. So let's try this again. Same since 2020. All right, so I'm going to go with Arizona for Trump, Nevada for Trump, New Mexico for Harris, Colorado for Harris, Iowa for Trump. Those are the sticky ones. Indiana for Trump, Virginia for Harris. I don't know where that goes. West Virginia for Trump, North Carolina for Trump, Georgia for Trump, and Florida for Trump. All right. So now the question becomes Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire. I give that to Harris. And I'll even give Maine to Harris. All right. What are we so far? Trump is at 260. Harris is at 216. I'll give that to Trump. Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan is the question. See, my bias, I have a heavy bias with us that I'm fighting against. I want the Democrats to lose Michigan. I deeply want them to lose Michigan. And I want them to lose Michigan for purely for ideological reasons. You guys are backing genocide. And you have a huge Muslim community in Michigan. And I don't want that community to be trampled on. Meaning, I want them to have the political weight that has the capability of making them lose because they're going with this particular attack and this particular plan. Now, losing Michigan doesn't necessarily mean you lose the entire race. But from my standpoint, I want that Muslim Arab vote to be damning and condemnative when this election bans out. That's what I want. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, the reality of it is, Harris, I think, is up in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, at least in the last polling. 0.5, but that is narrow, man. That is very narrow. But at the same token, though, if you look at the polls that Trump was up, I don't really know what Trafalgar Group is, and I don't know what Atlas Group is. So let's assume for the moment that these two are dodgy. New York Times is a draw. Harris is +2. Rasmussen. So Rasmussen tends to trend Republican. If Harris is up on the Rasmussen poll, it's very possible she's up in the polls in general. All right. So I'm going to give her Michigan. Where's Wisconsin? All right. Harris 0.4 in Wisconsin. Again, I don't know what Atlas, I don't know what Trafalgar. Insider Advantage, The Hill, Emerson, okay, +1 for Trump. Siena, what is this, a draw? No, +2 for Harris. Maris, +2 for Harris. Rasmussen, +3 for Trump. Jesus. Money Colesalt, +6. But it goes all the way back to the 21st. So if we're looking at the latest polling, they're basically breaking even in Wisconsin. Jesus Christ. I'm going to give Pennsylvania to Trump. That may be controversial, but I get the sense that there's a lot of Republican agitation in Pennsylvania, that even though it went for a Democrat last time, it may do something different this time around. So the question is Wisconsin. I guess it's a crapshoot. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, though, if Michigan is blue and Minnesota is blue, I'm almost inclined to say Wisconsin is going to end up being blue. Yeah, I don't know. I give it to Harris. Whoa. That is 297 for Trump, 241 for Harris on my map. Is there anything? So I guess the question for me was Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. And so if there's a situation, for example, where Trump loses Pennsylvania, still at 278. Okay, what if he also loses Arizona? She takes it. Yeah, man, this is going to be close. This is going to be extremely, extremely close. I'm curious, where did your map go? Minnesota blue, Wisconsin pink. Your math is wrong, Jamal. I didn't do the math. They did the math. I didn't do the math. Right here. 278, 260. I didn't do the math. It automatically tallies it. I mean, the question is, if I give Pennsylvania to Trump, that number jumps to 297. Now, I guess the question is there anything on this map that you guys disagree with? That is the question. That is the question. I wouldn't mind some chess soon. Trump will overall. Arabs in Michigan, they won't vote. I don't know. Jamal won't be able to sleep tonight. No, I'm going to be up all night. Maybe their math is wrong. Their math could be wrong. I mean, I'm not giving them godlike capabilities. But I will say, though, this election is extremely close. I mean, even in my map. Like, say, for example, Harris takes Pennsylvania. All right, even with everything else set, Trump still takes it 278 to 260. All right. But let's say Harris upsets Trump in Nevada. 272 to 266. Meaning he could lose Nevada, he could lose Pennsylvania, and he still has a pathway to victory. Now, if Harris is able to take Nevada, she takes it. Oh, wait. Yeah, if she takes Nevada, 266 to 272, she would have to take Nevada and Arizona. Now, if I give Trump Nevada, Arizona, she's going to have to make gains somewhere else. So she's definitely going to have, either way, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Pennsylvania, she's going to take all those. Either way, any way you look at it. And again, if she loses Pennsylvania, I think she's screwed. Because if you lose Pennsylvania, you're going to have to make it up either in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. I don't see her taking Georgia. I don't see her taking North Carolina. And I damn sure don't see her taking Florida. So then it becomes, okay, well, she needs to make up the gap somewhere else, which means it has to be either through Nevada, Arizona. What are you guys thinking? For every map I've seen, I used to live in Montana with her, right? Maryland is blue. Yes, Maryland is blue. Where's Maryland? Oh, it's so tiny in this map. Okay, Maryland is blue. Yeah, you can barely see Maryland on this map. I'm assuming it's over here. Okay, but that's still 251, 287. I guess my question is, do you guys disagree with anything that's on this map? Yeah, I live in Maryland. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the map, it's not listed, but Maryland is like very close to Virginia, so it's there. What are you thinking? Give Harris Pennsylvania. All right. So if we give Harris Pennsylvania, 268 to 270, It's that close. It's that close. Like, she almost has to win Pennsylvania. If Trump wins Pennsylvania, this is over with. By the same token, if she takes Pennsylvania, and Donald Trump can take either Michigan, Wisconsin. So if he takes Wisconsin, for example, he wins the race. Like, it literally could hinge on one state. This is going to be close. I mean, I would say, though, Trump needs to get North Carolina, Florida. Yeah. If he can get Nevada, Arizona as a block, that by itself is fantastic. If he could also get Georgia and North Carolina, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Harris. And it may actually hinge on Pennsylvania. I mean, Trump is at 268. He only needs 2 more points. And let's say for the moment that he gets a point in Maine or point somewhere else, you could hit the 270 on the head. The other one is if he takes Pennsylvania, he wins. If Harris takes Pennsylvania in this map, she wins. 2 points. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Maine, there are certain states that have like one or like a mixed delegate thing. So it's possible Trump could win 1 or 2 delegates from somewhere like Maine or somewhere like that. And that would basically make it 269, 269, or 270, 270, something like that. 269, I believe. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So let's look at it another way. Let's say Trump takes Wisconsin. Or better, let's say he takes Michigan. If he takes Michigan, Harris has to take Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Minnesota. She has one of those. She has to also take something over here, either Arizona. She either would have to take something like North Carolina, which would be an upset, and that would do it. So she could lose Michigan, but if she can get North Carolina, she can still pull out a win. My assumption is Trump takes North Carolina. Yeah, it may hinge on Pennsylvania. Like, Pennsylvania may be the thing that the election hinges on. I mean, even if they give Harris Michigan, if Trump takes Pennsylvania, it's over with. So, we'll see. She's polling better in North Carolina than Arizona. Okay, well, let's go to North Carolina. In North Carolina, Trump's up 1.2. Now, that's not necessarily all that significant, but we can look at the Hill or Emerson, that's +1. New York Times, Siena, Harris is up +2. East Carolina, Trump is up 2. Rasmussen, Trump is up 3. Morning Consult, Trump is up 2. See, I give Trump an advantage here. I mean, the question becomes, where's the momentum going into the election? And the last polling going into the election had Trump up in all 3 or both of those polls. In fact, out of the last 6 polls, Trump is up in all of them with the exception of 1. So, from my point of view, he gets North Carolina. As for Arizona, what is Arizona looking like? I thought he was up in Arizona also. Yeah, 2.8 Arizona. In fact, he's winning every poll in Arizona. So I don't see how she takes Arizona. What about Nevada? Nevada is sitting at 0.06. I mean 0.6. Man, these margins are so narrow. Hill, Emerson, Ty, New York Times +3. I don't know what Noble. I don't know what that is. Rasmussen has some Trump at +2. I got to be honest, it can go either way. I didn't realize. I thought Trump had a more substantial lead than this in Nevada. All right, so if Harris takes Nevada, Trump would have to take either Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin in order to make it up. So let's say he pulls out a win in Michigan. He wins the race. Like, no bullshit. This could really go down to one state, one or two states. It could be one or two states. So I'm going to be here. If you guys dig the content, like, share, hit subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm going to be back on in a few with Daniel Lazar. And we're going to be on for 30 minutes, and then another person's going to come on, and another person, and another person, another person. We're going to go into the night, at least up until the point where I keel over. This is going to be a close race. And just looking at the electoral thing, if it's a situation where they start to split, then it really could boil down to just one state. And imagine for the moment, if the one state it boils down to is Michigan, and you got 20,000 Arabs and Muslims that typically vote Democrat that chose to vote Trump or Jill Stein, and Harris loses Michigan. Can you imagine that? Like the emphasis on the hell no would be just emancipatory. I don't know if that's going to happen. And like I said, I don't have a dog in this hunt. I feel very disjointed from all of this. I feel like I'm just perched watching. Even though, I think that's a effect of media, of being part of media, where it doesn't feel like you're part of the story, it feels like you're watching the story. Even though, in reality, you're the observed and the observer. In any case, this is going to be a close race. I don't know how long into the night it's going to go, but I am going to have the calendar up, and we are going to keep track while I'm talking to the guests. So stay tuned, like, share, subscribe. You can support through PayPal, Patreon, or for that matter, Super Chats. Super Chats will get read even with my guests. Just don't be racist, bigoted, sexist, etc., etc., etc. All right, guys, I will see you back. What time is it? It is now 6:30. All right, I will see you back in about 30 minutes. Have a good one all. And that was the wrong button.